What up, what up, what up to my TGIM family? How you doing? It's your boy ET. Hey, real quick, I gotta give a shout out, number one, to my homie in Canada that sent me an email saying thank you for motivating me all the way from Canada. And then I wanna thank the Persian dude from Sweden. Hey, good looking out. Once again, I got something real hot for you, something special for you on another edition of TGIM. So stay tuned. I got 3 principles coming for you. And if you want to reach a level of success you've never reached before, then you better thank God it's Monday. I'm at a point where I'm starting to, forgive my French, but I'm starting to get pissed off, all right? Listen to me, I got people emailing me and calling me with the same old. I told you after episode 1 and episode 2, you are not a victim, all right? You are not a victim. Now, if it was episode 1, episode 2, episode 3 even maybe, I could understand. But we're at episode 8, and I still have people calling me and acting like you're a victim. Principle number 1, you are not a victim. Life is, so you saying, E.T., bad things don't happen to good people? Yes, bad things happen to good people. All right, let me give you an example, all right? Because like I said, I'm starting to get a little upset here, all right? And I'm getting upset because you don't understand that to reach a certain level of success, it's not about what happens to you, but it's about how you handle what happens to you. Listen, in the midst of being one of the greatest athletes ever, Lance Armstrong found out he had cancer. Get it? Bad things happen to good people. But did Lance Armstrong quit? No. He went through chemotherapy and not only won 1 Tour de France, but multiple Tour de France. People, I need you to get this. Bad things do happen to good people. We do get set back as we're trying to reach our goals. But the reality is, Oprah Winfrey was told at that time she was cosmetically challenged. That's right, they told Oprah Winfrey, bottom line, you too ugly to be on TV. So guess what? Instead of quitting, she created her own network. Don't you get it? Listen to me. If you want to reach a certain level of success, you gotta understand that life is not about what happens to good people. Success is about what good people do in difficult situations. So you got to do me a favor. You got to stop talking like you're a victim. You got to stop talking about what happens to you, and you got to start talking about what you do. Now, forgive me for getting a little, I'm getting a little emotional here, I know. But the reason why I'm getting so emotional is because I was just where you were. That's right, at 17 years old, I was a high school dropout, I was homeless, and one night about 3 o'clock in the morning, I found myself in jail, right? Okay, we're not gonna get into the details of what I was doing in jail, but just know this. I realized when I got to jail, I'm not jail material. At 17 years old, I'm gonna say it again, I'm gonna say it slower. I was a high school dropout, I was homeless, and I was in jail. And you know what happened to me that night? I had an epiphany that night. I sat there and thought about it, and when I first got there, it was my mother's fault. That's right, I blamed it on my mother. I had a victim's mentality. If my mother didn't get pregnant when I was in high school, if my daddy had been in my life, maybe if I had grown up with both of my parents and I started with a silver spoon in my mouth, I wouldn't be in this situation. But I thought about it. You are in the situation. The question is not what are you in, but what are you going to do? And I had a victim's mentality, I'll be honest. You know what I said? I said if the teacher who kicked me out wouldn't have kicked me out of school, maybe I wouldn't be up to 3 o'clock in the morning because I would be in bed getting ready for school. But at the end of the day, when I thought about it, jail, high school dropout, and homeless, it came to me. You know what, Eric? You are the common denominator. The police officer doesn't know your mother doesn't know the police officer, the teacher doesn't know the police officer, and the police officer doesn't know your mama. Guess what? You are the greatest common denominator. Everybody knows you. So guess what? Stop talking about you're a victim and start acting like a victor. Got it? So principle number one, life is not what happens to you, it's how you respond to it. So my question to you today is, yep, you might not like your husband. Get over it. You married him, right? You might be saying, my husband's a jerk. My wife's a witch. Ain't nothing you can do about it right now. So this is what I need you to do for me. I need you to stop whining. I need you to stop complaining. I need you to stop tripping. You're not a victim. You're a victor, and you need to do something about your situation. You need to stop crying over spilled milk, and you need to look at where you are, and then you need to put a plan of action together and say, how am I going to handle this difficulty? Oprah did it. Lance Armstrong did it. Eric Thomas did it, and now I challenge you to do it. Principle number two, now I'll be honest, I kind of talked about principle number two a little bit, and to be real honest, principle two should have been principle number one. And principle number two is take responsibility. I got that twisted. Don't take responsibility for your actions and your responses. Take full responsibility of your actions and your responses. All right, now you got to hear what I'm saying, because I don't want you to think I'm this mean, hard-nosed dude, because I'm not. I'm not telling you to take responsibility for the things that happen that you don't have any control of. That's not what I'm asking you to do. But what I am saying is that the part of the problem that has your name written on it, take full responsibility for that part. There's some things in life you can't do anything about. You can't do anything about the fact if, the boss doesn't like you. You can't do anything about it if your teacher doesn't like you, right? But I'm telling you today, if you don't like your physical look, if you don't feel good about who you are, boo, get some gym shoes, tie your laces, and get to running. You heard what I said. If you don't like your weight, stop whining and complaining. Take responsibility. Eat less. Work out. And do me a favor. For all of those teachers out there, my principals out there, for example, you got issues with anger management and you trying to overcome. The next time a parent comes up to the school and cuss you out, I don't want you to say, E.T., you don't get it? E.T., she made me cuss her out. That's right, she made me do it. Listen to me. As difficult as it may sound, nobody made you do it, all right? As difficult as it may sound, nobody made you do it. You have complete control when you take full responsibilities of your actions, all right? The reason why I'm telling you to take full responsibility is because the level of success that I am now experiencing, I did not experience when I didn't take full responsibility. All right? When I was a high school dropout, make sure you catch what I said. When I was a high school dropout, before I got my GED, I took full responsibility. Before I got the 4-year degree, before I got the master's degree, are you hearing what I'm saying? Before all these things happened, they were never activated. The success was never activated because I didn't take responsibility. All right? It was my mother's fault. It was my father who wasn't in my life's fault. It was my father who raised me fault. It was always somebody else's responsibility but Eric Thomas. And so I'm telling you, take full responsibility for your actions. At the end of the day, your success starts with you. At the end of the day, if you are a failure, it starts and it begins with you. And so if there's something about yourself you do not like, listen to me, we all have situations. If there's something in life that you do not like, you're not excited about, perhaps it's your academics, do something about it. Get a tutor, get with a study group, change your major. I'm not sure what it is. Listen to me, if there's something about your job that you don't like, quit your job and get a new one. Fill out a resume or develop some better skills. I'm not 100% sure. All right, build a better relationship with your boss or your colleagues. I don't know, but what I'm saying to you, that in life you can only reach a certain level of success when you take full responsibility. Don't let the days of your life pass by.